Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World 3, back again to do some more trips, and this time back again on Birmingham Cross City, which, although I planned to do this today, is actually more relevant because I was actually here yesterday. I ended up through a series of events at Bromsgrove, where I came in on a 323, and I actually sat there whilst waiting for Anne train called Anne. So yeah, we're going to do a few trips up and down the Birmingham Cross City route in the 323, which is in the awesome Pride livery as done by Crispy. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. It's going out on a Saturday because that's when it's going out. Other content from me is some other things on some other days. That's that done. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get this route for Train Sim World 3. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitch, and a link down there to the Discord server as well. No, don't. Why have I given up service? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Blimey. Okay. Okay, Rob, service. So yeah, that was. I'm good at this, aren't I? So yeah, went to Busfest yesterday, which wasn't very good. Ended up getting on a train to Birmingham and ended up coming out here to Bromsgrove on the 323 and then back into Birmingham again, which is really good fun. So thought, well, I was going to do this anyway, so I thought we'd do this. And yeah, farming's tonight, CM. So yeah, hi to Ethan, who's currently on a train, and Trent as well. Let's get going then, otherwise we won't do that. Why is the fan on? We turn the fan off. Why is it that hot? Is there a control for the fan? Cab aircon. Cab lights. I've just seen something for cab fan. I'm sure you've seen something for cab fan. You know, cab fan. Thank you. No, I want it off. I don't want it on. Thank you, because that's rather noisy. Right, open doors. Yeah, we thought at first, when we first got on the 323 yesterday, that it was actually noisier. Hang on. Yeah, it was actually noisier in real life than it was in reality, but it's because we were underground in New Street. So when we got outside, it actually does sound really good. And yeah, I was slightly rolling back there. Well, it left it in neutral, didn't it? You quite enjoyed the sound of a fan. But I'm turning it off because it's noisy. So yeah, I was supposed to start this in New Street, get a train out here, but there was no trains, so I ended up coming out here. So we did a whole line run down to Lichfield, Trent Valley, and then maybe back again. We'll see. But yeah, it's quite cool that I was actually here on this platform, sat in that there seat yesterday, and walked up over the bridge and went and found the co-op, which had a shop assistant that all four of us that were there. We think he was asking us if we wanted a bag. We weren't sure. But yeah, actually it does look like Bromsgrove Station. So yeah, really good representation. Yeah, we are in a Pride livery. That's what it is. The doors actually open because it's saying they are. Hang on, it's because okay, forget that. It's because I rolled back, wasn't it? Okay, I'm doing well. At Bromsgrove, no. It started well. Right, Barnt Green next then. Yeah, moving forward will probably help. You can tell it's a Pride livery by the way that it is. Yesterday there was me, Nico, Stokey, Trent, Derek, Ethan, and Crispy. Why is the train gay? It's not gay, it's the Pride livery. Right, so up the Licky incline. Towards Barn Green. And yeah, it was actually quite cool to hear the audio of the actual train and then do it in Train Sim World. This week I'm also going to be on the Riviera line in reality, going down and doing that, and going to be doing although it's not in Train Sim World or Train Sim Classic, I'm going to do some trips around Cardiff as well at the end of the week. So up the hill, it was me and my short minions. It was a bit yesterday. I did feel like the tallest person in the room. Oh, okay, that's a glitch. Thank you very much, Train Sim. Scout leader. Oh, well, I did feel a bit, when we were walking around the museum, I did feel a bit school teachery because everyone was just following me. Derek's shorter than me. Everyone there was shorter than me yesterday. But yeah, so Crispy's done this awesome Pride livery for this one. It's looking rather good. Take a cleaner screenshot for thumbnail. The BFG. Well, who says I'm friendly? Were you holding a flag? Signifying no, not quite. I was wearing a bright orange hoodie, so I couldn't be missed. Although when I took it off, they were like, "Where's he gone?" Right, 1.3 miles to first stop. Hi, Great Western. Any ridiculous outfits yesterday? No. No, everyone was well behaved. Oh, apart from Ethan kept touching cars in the museum where they quite clearly said don't touch. That was the only issue. He kept putting his sticky mitts all over everything. Oh, there was some horniness going on, yeah. But it was good, actually, to dash into Birmingham. We didn't plan on it. Planning on going back to Leamington Spa, and then had to drop Ethan home back in London, and then come back home myself. I was starting to, coming down the M4, I had the window open. I was starting to struggle a bit. But feeling good today. Right. So yeah, it's quite cool to actually go on routes that are in Train Sim and Train Sim World. Actually, Wednesday I'm going to be doing the Leamington Harbour thing, which is also in Train Sim. So actually we're doing that for the first time, so that's going to be quite cool. Right, we have arrived at Barn Green. Yeah, it was a long day. I was up before 5, although I got back here at like 8:30. Obviously drove from here to Leamington Spa, then to the venue, then back to Leamington Spa. Obviously walking around the venue, then went into Birmingham, up to Bromsgrove, back to Birmingham, back to Leamington Spa, then had to drive from Leamington Spa to London, and then London to Swindon. So, a bit of driving.
Far Cry, Rise of the Revolution. Official prequel to the Far Cry 6 game. Yara is now more prosperous than ever. Our transformative project is not without enemies.
We are the revolution!
I can tell you one basic thing I've learned. Revolution achieves nothing.
It's time to rise up! It's time to take whatever is at hand and fight!
Not as much as Nico did, but yeah. Alright, Long Bridge. Yeah, so Wednesday's the Livingston branch, and maybe to Christchurch, somewhere else possibly. Thursday doing the new station at Marsh Barton, so doing Exeter and also going down to Paignton and Torquay, and maybe Dawlish. And Friday is back to Cardiff, do some of the lines around Cardiff, and of course going back to Barry Island because you got to. And then maybe stay a bit closer to home on Saturday because it's a long day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Ethan's currently on his way to Scotland on a train. He's got a few long days ahead, so yeah, but a week off work where I'm going to make use of it. How I turned into a train geek. Not a train geek. I like transport, I like travelling. So it's all about the transport and the going somewhere for me, rather than the how you get there. I'm happy to drive to somewhere. I'm happy to go on a bus, a train, a plane, a boat. It's about the actual travelling, rather than the getting kicked out by a train. I'm not bothered by what train I'm on, as long as it gets me to where I'm going. So yeah, normal Sunday farming stream. We'll be back next Sunday at lunchtime. This evening, though, we'll be back for some more farming. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to be doing Railway Empire 2 at lunchtime. And then tomorrow night, going to try some Derail Valley. So definitely a bit training. And then Tuesday night, maybe some Train Sim Classic. And then taking a few days off. So won't be here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we're back on Sunday lunchtime next week with some farming, and then back into normal schedule the week after. Alright, we've got a red. There's now a green, yay. Oh, of course I put it into emergency, didn't I? Oh no, we're okay. Yeah, these trains actually do sound like this, which is quite cool. Hearing that motor noise yesterday. Right, and we come to Longbridge, where Rover used to be, or Austin Rover back in the day. Now it's all houses, I think. I think even MG's gone from there now. We arrive at Longbridge. Yeah, I do like this livery. Crispy might be an idiot, but you know, he can do something right. I'm sure I'll find out one day what that is. Oh, locked doors. Of course, don't get very long with this, do you? Right, Northfield. We've got a Pride train coming the other way, though. Birmingham, Manchester, 80 miles, 70, 80 miles. That does look cool. Yeah, Nico's from Leeds originally, I think. So yeah, I do plan on going back for a day as well and trekking around Birmingham. Right, Northfield. Definitely warming towards Train Sim World 3. Every time I come back into this now, which I've done it a lot over the last week, appreciate how really good it is. Break. Log left. Yeah, I do like that livery. I like what he's done with the Simpson stuff thing up in the corner as well. Good job there, Crispy. Crispy, by the way, is in Birmingham still, riding around on buses today. Everyone's everywhere. Ethan's heading for Edinburgh. Crispy's in Birmingham. No one's where they should be. Right, Kings Norton. Peace. Well, yeah. Until Wednesday. I've got 3 days of quietness. Yeah, you know, in all fairness to Crispy, he has done a really good job with all these liveries that he's done. Well, he likes buses, CN. It's just a shame with this route there isn't more other traffic. There's a few fast trains came past us yesterday when we were on this, but I suppose they're not in the game because, well, they're not in the game. Shame, really. Right, Kings Norton. I'm really enjoying going back into some of these routes, like Transpennine we did recently, Trent Valley, and this. You forget how good these routes really are. And obviously the 323 being in Glossop, nice to use it in this as well. So we'll do a 4-line run to Litchfield. Yes, Auckland. So the basically infrastructure is owned by or managed by Network Rail, and then different train companies run on them. Lock doors. mile to go. Bourneville, where the chocolate comes from. Although, is much of it still manufactured there? I don't know. They've got so many plants around the globe now, I should imagine, Cadbury. Yummy chocolate indeed. You just put the destination in, so you don't have to worry about who manages it, pretty much. You just buy the ticket. You can buy a lot of them online, which is generally cheaper as well. Yeah, so you just go to the ticket machine, go, right, I want to go to here, return or whatever. You'll print your ticket out, and then, like anything, you just check the departure board, get on the train. You shouldn't really need to worry whose train it is. Your ticket will be valid. You know, it's like if I got a train from here to Birmingham, well, I could end up going on a couple of different train companies' trains, but my ticket will be valid the whole way. Or if you're going up to Edinburgh, you could be on like 3 different train companies. Or like I can get a ticket from where I am into London going on the underground as well, and your ticket will work. Yeah, having a rail card helps as well. I've got a rail card, or me and Ethan have got a rail card, or 2 together, because we spend so much time on trains together, and that saves you 1/3 of the cost. So, which is really good value. Even the stuff we're doing this week, we're saving so much money. And even yesterday, made use of it. Right, Selly Oak, where the hospital is, coming up. Yeah, so it was really cool to actually be on this line yesterday on a 323. It was discussed when we left Busfest. It was like, should we go? Well, so let's go to Birmingham and then decide from there.
Welcome on board this service. Please be alert.
We did. Got to Moore Street, went to New Street.
The rest of your area is
It's like,
electric.
have we got time to do it? Yeah, let's do it. Because you have to be back to Leamington for a certain time, for me to then drive back to London for a certain time. But past the canal. Well, that's the problem, isn't it, in the States? It's so big compared to here. You know, sometimes if you're flying up to, like, Edinburgh, it can be cheaper to fly.
I'll have a chicken royale, please.
Chicken royale.
But then you've got to get to the airport. So by the time you've driven to the airport, parked, hung around for an hour before your flight, flown to where you're going, gone through the whole arrivals process, got your bags, and then got into the centre, it can be cheaper just to get a train. Depends on what's more important to you, saving money or saving time. Right, we arrived at Selly Oak. So sometimes it's time is the factor. I've done that this week. You know, we're going down to Devon on Thursday, and factoring in the time to drive there, or the time to get a train closest. To get a train from here to there was flipping expensive, so we're actually driving an hour south of here to get the train, and saving sort of quite a bit of money for the sake of an hour's drive. So done. So even combining the two can save you money and time. Right, university is the next stop. See, that would be the equivalent of going from here to Edinburgh. What's that in Alexa? What's $175 in pounds?
175 US dollars is about 137 pounds and 75 pence.
So not bad.
Welcome on board this service.
Yeah, it's not a bad price.
The safety notices displayed as the vestibule areas of entry.
My favourite route on Train Sim World 3, it probably still is Great Western Express, because I like the dieselness of it, but really like West Cornwall Local, because again, DMU, and quite a nice run from Penzance. This is a really good route, actually. Don't forget, anybody on PC that's looking for DLC, there's a hell of a deal on a Humble Bundle at the moment. For about £11, you can get like the game and 15 DLC. So if you're on PC and you're contemplating this, that is the bargain of a century. If you're watching this on YouTube, that's already finished. Yeah, East Coast Way's really nice. Right, 5 ways. And I do love this Pride livery. Again, anybody on PC, the liveries are available. Just type the word Sims, S-I-M-S, into the livery search, and you can get them.
Yeah.
What, the Edinburgh to Glasgow? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the train. I like the route, I don't like the train. And Sim Orion, thank you very much for the follow. I should really go back and do that again. Again, Ethan from the community will be doing that route tomorrow,
Welcome on
Tuesday.
board this service.
Tuesday, he's doing Edinburgh to Glasgow, Glasgow to Edinburgh. So he'll be on that there route. Michael, 36 months, 3 of the years, Michael. Thank you very much for your continued support. That's many, many of the months. Why am I going so slow? I don't know. So yeah, a week of trains for Ethan. Yesterday, Birmingham. Today, Scotland. Tomorrow, still Scotland. Wednesday, Tuesday, across to Glasgow, back to London. Wednesday, Lymington. Thursday, Devon. Friday, Cardiff. Saturday, somewhere. Sunday, back to London. He's going to explode with excitement, isn't he? Alright, 5 ways, and then into New Street. yeah, there are some really good deals for flights, but yeah, you've got to include the getting to the airport and getting from the airport into the centre of Edinburgh. If I was going to do that, I'd get a train. We've arrived at Five Ways. Right, Nitro. And now the underground bit into New Street. I was trying to read that. Dare Rail fan. Hi. Yeah, stream-wise, so we got some farming tonight in multiplayer. Tomorrow lunchtime, I'm going to take my first look at Railway Empire 2. Can't remember how long ago I played the first one. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to give Derail Valley another go, because that's had a big update. And then Tuesday night, I'm going to do some Train Sim Classic. Right. So let's slow it down as we come into New Street through the tunnels. Is this the last new British route? I'm guessing we are British. Glossop line was the last one, which is really good. But because I was physically on this line yesterday, I was going to do this anyway because of the 323, which is also used on Glossop. But yeah, I was actually on this route yesterday. In we come. So yeah, I'm doing Riviera line on Thursday, Cardiff on Friday. And don't know where on Saturday. I want to go somewhere next Saturday, trainee, but don't know where yet. Not quite decided. Right, stop at Birmingham New Street. Now the only thing with this is because they've only got this route going in and out of Birmingham New Street, the only trains you see are 323s and not that many of them. I'd love the fact that even if they were just static, they could put some other trains in this. Oh, well, there you go, Michael. Yeah, into New Street we come. Which is really good. But because I was physically on this line yesterday, I was going to do this anyway because of the 323, which is also used on Glossop. But yeah, I was actually on this route yesterday. In we come. So yeah, I'm doing Riviera line on Thursday, Cardiff on Friday. And don't know where on Saturday. I want to go somewhere next Saturday, trainee, but don't know where yet. Not quite decided. Right, stop at Birmingham New Street. Now the only thing with this is because they've only got this route going in and out of Birmingham New Street, the only trains you see are 323s and not that many of them. I'd love the fact that even if they were just static, they could put some other trains in this. Oh, well, there you go, Michael. Yeah, into New Street we come. Going underground. And then out the other side. It's actually a really good representation of New Street as well. Albeit it would be busier than this. Unlock right. Yeah, that livery looks so good. Good job there, Christy. Wait till 8:25. I can do that because it's only 5 seconds away. So we're actually on time as well. That can't be right. Must be broken. Right, Aston next. And now we go. Does look good. It was actually stood up here as well. That glass bit you can see over there in the distance actually stood there, and Crispy posted a picture in the Discord that he took from up there. So very Inception. And make our way out slowly. Someone said to me yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, would I, you know, they can see me not doing Train Sim Classic and just sticking with Train Sim World. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing more Train Sim World. I still like Train Sim Classic, but going back to Train Sim Classic after spending time in this, it's like, does my fan work? It does work. It was on earlier. I'll put it on if you're a bit hot, shall I? Where was it? That one. There you go. Out of the tunnel we come. Towards Aston, with a train coming towards us. I love the fact that when you use a livery, the AI uses that same livery. But that's the site. That's where HS2 is being built. So that's where that'll enter Birmingham and exit Birmingham. The raised section. It just looks really good, doesn't it? Not just the train and livery, but the whole route. Well, that's what I was just saying. I think I did say a few months ago that if I had to do one sim and one sim only, it'd be Train Sim Classic. I'm not sure now, because there's been some really good stuff for this, and you know, this is what, my 5th Train Sim stream in a week. So yeah, I'm kind of liking it. So yeah, I think Train Sim World, it's that one train every half, so 2 trains an hour, I think it is. But there's a fast train as well. but it's a really good route. I like the 323. So after going on one, the audio is really good. Right, slowing. So we've got 45 and then we've got a red. Obviously following something, probably a train. So the red's after the station. Let's turn that fan off. There we go. Noisy flipping thing. Aston, home of the expressway. Not late, a few seconds late looking at the timetable, about 10 seconds, that's not bad. That's pretty much on time. Got a neck fan. I just see it get moist. I say don't give you very long to get on and off the train, do they? Right. Gravelly hill. 1.1 miles. We've got 20 approaching. Well, we're not. It's not approaching. We're approaching it. That's not how it works. Looked at doing that on Wednesday, Great Western. So go down to New Forest on Wednesday, and thought about coming back up to Salisbury and then doing something, which we still might do. Forwards.
Welcome on board this service. To avoid unnecessary security alerts, please do not leave luggage unattended on stations or on trains.
Yeah, very much recommend this route. For me.
Death, destruction, even bigger than the last crisis.
We are taking the planet!
If there is war, we will win.
It's got the right balance of stops. It's an hour and a quarter, I think, from end to end. So you're not going like miles and miles between stops, but they're not like every like less than a mile. So you got a couple of longer runs. A really, really good route, really well detailed. Thank you very much. Right, 900 of the yards. So yeah, tonight back with some farming in multiplayer on our multiplayer farm. Makes sense. Tomorrow lunchtime, going to be doing some Railway Empire 2. I've got a week off work, so some additional streams coming. Well, sort of. Railway Empire 2 tomorrow lunchtime. Tomorrow night, going to give Derail Valley a go. And then back on Tuesday night with, well, the plan is Train Sim Classic, but I might end up back on this. And then taking a few days off. Got a week off, so going out and about for a few days on. think there are other bits of this. Got a couple of longer runs. A really, really good route, really well detailed. Well, no, I said this earlier, Michael. It's not about trains for me. It's about travel. I enjoy travelling and I enjoy transport. So although it's part of the getting somewhere, it's more about the getting there. I do like the getting on and off transport, but I quite enjoy arriving at a place, certainly somewhere new. This is a 323. And not about, I'm not a train geek. I'll say I'm actually really envious of Ethan, who's currently on a train between London and Edinburgh. I've already done that as far as York last year, so I'm very, very jealous of his trip. Hello there.
Oh, yeah.
And Railfan, thanks for the follow. I like a bit of architecture. I like architecture and engineering, so I do look at the architecture of stations, and I love the engineering aspect as well. So it's a mix of everything for me. We're actually going to the new station. The new Marsh Barton station opens on Tuesday. I'll be there on Thursday, so it'll be very much cookie cutter station, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's the actual engineering aspect, and I'm going to stop at Dawlish as well. I'm going to go down to Paignton on Tuesday, because obviously all the work that's been going on at Dawlish station and doing the seawall and stuff. So I'm going to stop there and look at the engineering aspect of that. There's actually a really interesting YouTube video that I watched the other day where they're installing the footbridge at Dawlish. So that's all part of it for me. So it's pretty much everything rolled into one. Yeah, I've never done it by train. I've been to Paignton loads of times. I've never been down there by train. So I do know to sit on the left. So that's Thursday. From Greenwich, I do. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the zoo. Oh, yeah. Well, that was one of my plans for this week, was to do the Heart of Wales line, because there was a period of time where I didn't think Ethan would be able to come with me. I also booked tickets to go down to do Penzance this week, but didn't really want to do that on my own. Oh, that's quite cool. So yeah, I will do the Heart of Wales line. We actually looked yesterday at the West Midlands Rover thing that goes down as far as Stratford and across to Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury's really nice to walk around, so I think that's going to happen over the next couple of months as well. One random Saturday we'll be doing Birmingham and out to Shrewsbury. So, you know, it's a cheap day out. Right, Chester Road is next. Yeah, the Heart of Wales line, looking at Jeff's videos. I got nothing planned. Well, I planned on going to Spain during a week off in September. I'm now toying with doing the Heart of Wales line, staying in a hotel in Shrewsbury, and just spending a couple of days going up and down the Heart of Wales line. So I think that might be happening. I think also this week I'm going to be doing a request stop for the first time down in Devon. So yeah, actually quite a good a really good week off planned. I got no plans of going to Blackpool. Yeah, the Exmouth line. Yeah, because we're getting a Devon Day Rover thing to go from Axminster down. So we'll be in doing Paynton, doing Torquay, and then the purple one's got a whole itinerary planned. And get back to Salisbury at like 9:20, I think, on Thursday night. And then I'm on the train to Cardiff at like 9 o'clock on Friday morning. Which is why no streams. Wild green, wild green. Purple get past you an hour ago. Yeah, he's on his way to Edinburgh. Yeah, the day range is brilliant, so we're going to make use. Boys, I can't use it because we've got a 2 Together rail card. We can't use that until after 9:30. So, which is why we're coming back later so we can make the most of it. Can I post some train vlogs? I'm not really a vlogger. I have thought about it a few times, but not really my thing. Because I'd have to edit, and I don't do that. No one wants to see me waffling about trains. Wild Green Station. I'll stick with doing them virtually. Well, the purple widow's been with me for 4 days. Him up at 8:30 on Wednesday morning and pack him back home again at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We are still on time, which is really worrying. McDonald's every day. No, he was here Friday. No McDonald's, and didn't eat any chocolate either. Got a good pie and mashes. Oh, can't believe it. I haven't mashed for ages. Right, Sutton Coldfield next. So a few stations left to go. I'm loving the fact that the AI is also using the Pride livery. That's so good. So stations get a bit more. Yeah, no chocolate, and didn't want McDonald's. Well, he did have when he got home yesterday, because we had a sandwich in Bromsgrove, and then that was at, what time was that? 2:30, something like that. And then I dropped him home at like 7 o'clock, so he hadn't eaten. So by the time I got home, he did send me a picture saying he had a McDonald's. Sure I had the right Ethan. I think so. I haven't been in the spare room yet. There could be chocolate wrappers like all over the floor in the spare room. That's my job for tomorrow. Right, Sutton Coldfield. yes, we did. The possible plan for Saturday. That's weather and tiredness depending. I should let him do the hoovering. Loading passengers. Welcome to the Southern Coalfield. I've said this before, as annoying as he comes across, I wouldn't spend 4 days with him if we didn't get along. He's actually really good company. Four Oaks, next up. When's the adoption process starting? He's already said that he can see himself moving to Swindon. So is that pretty much the same day that I move away from Swindon? And the country now. Newcastle claimed independence. Well, he wants to work on the railways, doesn't he? Where he lives, he can't really, isn't a hub starting point, but Swindon is. It's like, okay. Right, Four Oaks. Yeah, you do forget until you actually go on these routes in Train Sim how good they are. Quite a few trains now running, passing one at pretty much every station. Four Oaks. Sunderland. Wow, yeah, you don't give you much time to get on and off. It's like being on the underground. Oaks. Well, it's not them because there's more of them. There must be four of them somewhere. Obviously goes back to what he's originally called, I suppose. So it must only be, it's an hour and 10-minute route. So it must only be a few stops left because we're roughly on time. Yeah, really good route. So I think there are other bits of this. I don't think it's just, I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't think it's just a straight up and down Lichfield to Bromsgrove to Lichfield to Bromsgrove. I think there are a couple of little sticky out bits, as it were. I can't remember the bits. I can't think. Words are hard. Yeah, definitely a good choice of route for them to do. And a really well modelled train. Early. Well, not really. By the time I stopped, 2 seconds late. Well, it'll hold you. If you arrive at a station too early anyway, it will hold you here. So it keeps you on time. And I quite like that, rather than allowing me to be ridiculously early. Now we've got to wait for 10 seconds. It is always best to arrive early in life, rather than be late. So don't forget, I don't normally stream on a Sunday night, but tonight we'll be back with some farming. About 6 o'clock. I don't think it'll let you drive away. Up to a massive 50 miles an hour, which is not bad for a cross-city line. So we only did New Street to Bromsgrove and back to New Street last night, yesterday afternoon, whenever it was, yesterday afternoon. We're actually keeping to timetable. There's definitely something wrong with me. I like the Birmingham accent, as I got family from there, and I spent a lot of time in Birmingham in my youth. Every weekend I was there for, like, blimey, 12, 15 years, God, yeah, 15 years, pretty much every weekend. Was in Birmingham. So I used to come home sometimes. If I took a week off when up there, I'd come home with a bit of a Birmingham twang. Double bridage. Log doors. So yeah, we'll look and see what we've got on the timetable after this, and see if there's anywhere that goes anywhere. No, makes sense. Anywhere that goes anywhere. Somewhere that goes other than, I don't know words. To go somewhere that goes other than the places. I'm doing Pride. There was Pride in London last night, which the original plan was to go to, but because Ethan had to get back to go to Edinburgh today, we didn't. It's Pride in Brighton on the 4th of August, which I would actually like to go to. So that may be a thing. Just go down for the day, see what's going on. All right, Anya. Yeah, cheers, Michael. Thanks for the sub. Right, towards Shenston, so stations are getting a bit further apart out here. Oh, I tried my strimmer earlier, by the way. I bought a strimmer that comes with a metal saw blade on it. Holy crap. That's, yeah, wow. it does a job. Blimey. I've still got my limbs. So yeah, I started going around the patio, but the batteries didn't come fully charged, so I've got to charge the batteries up. But that's one for tomorrow. So I plan on getting the spare room ready to go into skip. I've got a skip coming Tuesday. So tomorrow morning, got to drop the car off at its MOT, and then walk back home. So I should be home about 8 AM. And then it's get myself in the spare room, get everything backed up, ready to go into skip on Tuesday, stream at lunchtime. After the lunchtime stream, go out in the garden with the strimmer, and then walk back and pick the car up, and then Tuesday morning dump the contents of the spare room in a skip, and then go sofa shopping before I spend then 4 days with Ethan on trains. We are arriving at Shenston. I actually did find a nice sofa I liked at IKEA. So it may be a me borrowing a van from work scenario and taking a drive to IKEA on maybe next Saturday or something. Oh yeah, I was actually looking on Auto Trader this morning at XFs. I quite like the XE though, the little one. Lichfield City, next and final stop, 3 miles. Is that Lichfield? No, Lichfield City, then Lichfield Trent Valley. Although the mighty Mondeo yesterday, faultless. Shot up to Leamington Spa, Gaydon, Leamington Spa, and then Leamington Spa straight down the M40 into London. Didn't even get out, didn't stop the engine, kicked Purple Boy out, and then London back down the motorway to Swindon. Didn't miss a beat. So far I think I've done 600, just over 600 miles on this tank of fuel. Considering it's now on 156,000 miles, it's yeah, I love it. MOT tomorrow, hopefully it passes. And service as well. Oh, that's not good, Darren. Oh, that's some lag. There we go. Yeah, it's passed every other MOT. And it's serviced last year. Should do, as the mileage gets higher on a car, you should service them more often, really. down into Lichfield City. And then Lichfield Trent Valley. And then we'll see what other timetable runs we can do. Yeah, I do like that livery. Good job there, Crispy. Yeah, so Ethan's in, well, I'm guessing in Scotland now. Crispy's in Birmingham. Derek's in Doncaster. Everyone's all over the place. Oh, see, precision train driving that was. Have you ever been to Lichfield? Been to Lichfield? I don't think I have. Arrive at Lichfield City, where the passengers get about 8 seconds to get off the train. There we go. I'll wait until 9:01 and 30 seconds. We'll give them a bit of time to get on and off then. I'll have a jelly baby while we're waiting. Yeah, and it's pride livery done by Crispy from the community as well. I did think, and I said this yesterday, we went from Moore Street to New Street. Me being gay as I am, all for pride, equality, all that, not got an issue with it. I did think yesterday that, you know, Birmingham have probably gone a bit too far. Everything was rainbow. It's like, really? Railings, steps. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, we get it, Birmingham. You're supportive. Great, thank you. But, you know, come on, just tone it down a little bit. All right, a mile to go to Lichfield Trent Valley. Well, yeah, I just, you know, I'm in agreement with it, but it's everywhere you looked. When at Tesco's this morning, it was just like pride everywhere. Okay, no, it's Pride Month. Thank you. Brilliant. Yep, cheers. Pride Month, but there are Pride events in June, July and August. How is that Pride Month? Oh, hang on. Got a red. It's Pride Summer. Well, yeah. As I said, there's a number of people in the community that are part of the LGBT plus community, which is brilliant. And I love the fact that we attract everybody and they're inclusive to everybody in the community, and the days out, none of that ever becomes a factor, and everyone's really just open about everything, which is awesome. Which, you know, you couldn't be 10 years ago. We're not discriminative unless you're a bus weirdo. Then, you know, I'm sorry, but we haven't got any time for you. So sorry, Crispy, who, when we jumped on a solo as part of Busfest yesterday. Crispy was recording the video, recording the journey. I think that was almost the point where I was just going to kick him from the community. There we go. The full line run pretty much is done. Off to Cornwall. Yeah, well, again, I got a ticket booked to do Penzance this coming Thursday, but Ethan couldn't come down there with me and didn't want to travel on my own. So going to Devon instead. W high speed, not on the cross city hub. Right, so let's look at the timetable run then. We'll do the 323 again. So there's Redditch to Lichfield. So we could do that.